Okay, my kings and my queens who are out there on their sovereign path and following this little documentary about sovereignty for the next 30 days. We're doing 3 minutes a day for 30 days. We're just talking about what sovereignty actually is, what it means for you. We've been going through the 3 old school relics of sovereignty, which were the sword, the crown, and the scepter. The scepter. Okay, so I don't have an actual scepter here with me today, but I found this awesome piece of wood. So a scepter is really, the Druids, what did they carry? They had a staff. The Merlins, they had a staff. The kings and the queens, they had this elaborate, beautiful golden scepter, and it was like a wand. The fairies, they would have a wand, right? So it's a stick, a power stick. And, Palo Santo is a very, very common thing that a lot of people are burning these days, and it means the saintly stick, Palo Santo, the saintly stick. So really it's any stick that brings harmony or power into your life. Usually there's an orb at the top of it, like some kind of beautiful jeweled orb. For now we're using this awesome piece of wood from nature. And so here's the story. The first time I received my very own scepter was when I was in Glastonbury, England, also known as Avalon, and I was doing Qigong in the middle of this beautiful redwood circle. I mean, not redwood circle, this beautiful druid circle. Druid circle is all these different trees, the ash, the willow tree, all these different trees. And so I was there early in the morning, the sun was rising, I was doing my Qigong practice, and what came through was this amazing vision and this amazing experience where I saw my higher self, my highest self, standing at the edge of this grand, beautiful ocean, right? And I was up on the cliff and the ocean waves were pounding and the wind was blowing and everything was happening. And I received from Spirit, I received this scepter, and it was more like a tall staff. It was the length of my body and even a little bit taller, and at the top of that scepter was this golden orb, this golden glowing orb. So I held it in my left hand, and then on my shoulder, my right shoulder, this barn owl, this white snowy barn owl landed on my shoulder. And that was the vision that came through, and I'll never forget it. I'll never forget the experience of having that power animal on my shoulder and holding that scepter in my hand. Then it was just like the Qigong that I had been doing was moving all this energy through me, and it moved my arm straight up into the sky with that scepter in it, and the glowing orb at the top of that scepter started to receive all this energy from the moon, all this energy from the sky, particularly from the moon, and it channeled right through my body. My other hand just came straight down toward the ocean, and I started to channel energy between the moon and the ocean. And so now that's one of the ways that I end my Qigong practice, is I make this little 3 fingers, because I'm Taoist, so we got to use 3, and I bring one hand up and one hand down, and that's the closing of most of my Qigong practices. And so your scepter is available for you. You just have to listen and receive it when it's ready for it to come to you. Love, love, love.